At exactly 5:17 on a freezing November morning in Denver, Colorado, someone knocked on Jack Turner's front door. Jack, a 39-year-old widowed carpenter raising his 12-year-old daughter Emma, wasn't expecting anyone before sunrise. When he opened the door, he found a young woman shivering in the cold, holding a worn backpack and whispering, "I have nowhere else to go." Jack recognized her immediately. It was Sophie Miller, his late wife's younger sister. They hadn't spoken in nearly 8 years after a painful family disagreement. Sophie looked exhausted, her clothes damp from the snow, and tears filled her eyes. Before asking questions, Jack stepped aside and quietly said, "Come inside before you freeze." Emma woke to the smell of hot chocolate and found Sophie sitting silently at the kitchen table. Though she barely remembered her aunt, Emma hugged her anyway. The simple gesture broke Sophie's composure. She confessed that her fiancé had stolen her savings, abandoned her, and left her homeless just days before Thanksgiving. Jack listened without judgment. Money was tight, but he believed family deserved another chance. He offered Sophie the spare bedroom and promised she could stay as long as she needed. His only request was honesty. Sophie agreed, grateful that someone still believed she could rebuild her life after everything had fallen apart. Over the following weeks, Sophie helped around the house while searching for work. She cooked meals, drove Emma to school, and even repaired old furniture with Jack in his workshop. Slowly, laughter returned to the home. For the first time in years, the house no longer felt empty after Jack's wife's passing. One afternoon, Jack discovered Sophie sketching beautiful furniture designs in a notebook. She admitted she had studied interior design before financial hardship forced her to quit college. Impressed by her talent, Jack suggested they combine his woodworking skills with her creative ideas and sell handcrafted furniture at local weekend markets across Colorado. Business started slowly, but customers loved their handmade pieces. Photos of their unique furniture spread across social media, bringing orders from neighboring states. Within a year, their tiny workshop had grown into a thriving family business employing local craftsmen, many of whom had also been struggling to find stable work. During the grand opening of their first showroom, Sophie stood before employees and customers with tears in her eyes. She admitted she had arrived at Jack's door believing her life was over. Instead, someone had chosen compassion instead of criticism. That single act of kindness gave her the courage to believe in herself again. Emma smiled proudly as she watched her father and aunt celebrate their success together. She realized the greatest gift her father had given wasn't a home or a job. It was hope. Jack had shown that people can make mistakes without losing their worth, and that forgiveness often opens doors pride keeps closed. That evening, as snow gently covered the streets once again, Sophie stood on the same porch where she had arrived months earlier. Looking at the warm lights inside, she quietly whispered, "Thank you for opening your door." Jack smiled and replied, "Sometimes all a person needs is one door that doesn't close." Their story became a favorite in the community, inspiring countless families to support loved ones facing difficult times. Jack never became famous, but he discovered something even more valuable. The greatest homes are not built with wood and nails. They are built with compassion, trust, second chances, and the courage to welcome someone who simply needs a place to begin again.